Hey, Shalom, Akim. The brother Raza Aleph from GMS London Camp. First and foremost, want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachachodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Blessings into the hopeful and sincere elect. It's a quick one. This is from the scriptures, from the First Peter's, the 4th chapter. Sensual are they, and have not the spirit, man. And this is in regards to the ISUPK and more of their shenanigans, and the Spirit of the Lord revealing these wayward camps, and basically the falsehoods that they're preaching and teaching, and the doctrine that's perverting the gospel, proving that these guys and these different alphabet mega churches, mega camps are not the true men of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. They're not the ministers of the Lord, man. They're really just feigning the word. They're pretenders, and they have ulterior motives. They're not sincere in this ministry, man, and what the whole truth is really about, which is laboring for us to receive salvation and to be delivered from this hell, this modern day Egypt, this place of bondage that the children of Israel, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are currently in, because we're still in captivity unto this day, like it tells you in the book of Baruch. But for some reason, some strange reason, you got these different alphabet camps, like the ISUPK. They think that we're here to have fun. Like the latest sit-down or radio show, whatever you want to call it, the ISUPK brotherhood class, can you have fun in the truth? And the answer is no. The scripture says that we're in a time of hell being unleashed in the earth, great evils multiplying in the earth. Like Ezra was saying, what shall I do when these evils shall multiply? He was praying for salvation, for protection, because of the times that were coming was going to be the time of Jacob's trouble. So this ain't the time for fun. Ezekiel the 21st chapter tells you that should we then make mirth when our enemies plotting against us, man, to make a great slaughter in the nation of Israel? Should we then be in the spirit of mirth? And the answer is no. Ecclesiastes the 7th chapter tells you that fools go into the house of feasting, man. We're supposed to be in the house of mourning, because we're in a mournful state. We're in captivity. This ain't the kingdom, and this is not our rest, man. Micah 2:10. Now, I've quoted some scriptures. I'm going to read one or two scriptures and then close out. I'm not going to make this too long. But those are the key examples of the spirit that you're supposed to be in, especially when you're coming out of the world into this truth. Because if you're of the world, you're in the spirit of mirthdom and folly, because you don't know no better. You're none the wiser. But when you come into this truth, when your eyes is open, so to speak, you receive that spiritual eyesight from the Lord to know what's going on and to foreknow the judgments that's coming upon the earth. You're not going to be in the spirit of mirthdom, man. Can we have fun in the truth? Why would you want to have fun when you got a whole bunch of wickedness going on in the earth? What is there to have fun, man? You should want to be delivered from this place. You should be, you should be mourning. You should be crying out to the Lord for all the filthy abominations that be done in the midst thereof, man. Not to be partakers in it because you feel bored and your life is boring, so to speak. Well, if you want to be of the world, man. The Lord said you can't serve two masters, man. You can't bring the world into this truth. It's not going to mix. And the Lord's not going to deal with that, because that's that lukewarm spirit. The Lord said He's going to spew you out if you don't come, the straight way. You're either hot or you're cold, man. You can't mix the truth with the world. It doesn't make sense, man. It's leaven, and the Lord's not dealing with that. So no, you can't have fun in this truth, man. It's not about having fun. We're in the spirit and state of mourning, man. We need deliverance. In the kingdom, when the Lord comes, then we're gonna have all the fun we can, what we want, man. But right now, we're supposed to be laboring for that fun in the kingdom, man. For that great rest. That's what the kingdom's about, that rest. Right now, we're here to suffer, man. And we have to suffer patiently, which the word patience means to suffer. So that's our answer to that statement. Can you have fun in this truth? No, you can't. I'm not saying you can't get together with brethren and have drinks and, have a barbecue or something to that nature. But we're not here for that, man. This ain't no social club, man. You come into this truth ain't about serving your own belly. It's about serving the Lord, man. When Yahweh Shai was on the scene, was he trying to do his own thing, or was he doing the will of the Father that sent him? Every time he made a statement, he said that the Father, he was here to fulfill the will of the Father. He wasn't out here to fulfill his own will. And the Yahweh Shai is the express example of how a man's supposed to be in this truth. Just like Apostle Paul said, he was a follower of Yahweh Shai, and we should be like him, which he was all about this truth, pushing the word, laboring. Then in the end, receiving his crown, which is talking about the kingdom. So that these ISUPK guys and IUIC, they're in the wrong spirit. I mean, you've got IUIC having fashion shows during the Passover and all that. These guys, they're moving like, King Hezekiah. When he threw his Passover, it was like it was a banquet, a party type of ceremony, man. The biggest Passover in Israel. Well, we ain't in that time, man. We ain't in that type. We're never supposed to be. We ain't supposed to be in that spirit anyway. So these guys are going off. It's not about Murphton, man. We're here. We're in this truth because we need salvation. So this 1 Peter 4:1, verse 4, as much then as a Mashiach have suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. Yeah, the Lord suffered in the flesh, man. When he came on the scene, he wasn't here to party and bullshit, man. He might have gone to one or two gatherings, so to speak. one in particular with his mother, because his mother was telling him to turn water into wine, so to speak, and he basically cursed us out, man, because he wasn't there for that, party spirit, man. It says, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. It says, for he that have suffered in the flesh have ceased from sin. And if you're in that spirit of Murphton, man, you're in the spirit of sin. You're in the spirit of sin because, all that lascivious behavior, drinking and being riotous and revelings and all that, like I'm going to read, it gets you into some BS, man. It gets you into that BS, man. You can get into that spirit of adultery and just start going off and doing some fuck shit, man. Doing some nigger shit. Plotting and scheming, being covetous. This that's nigger shit, man. You don't want to be in that spirit, man. And you definitely don't want to be around other people, other men's women and all that partying and bullshitting, man. Because that spirit of adultery will linger. Satan's out here, man. He's like a roaring lion. And Jake seemed to forget that. This is a spiritual war, man. It says that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men, but to the will of the Most High. And what's the will of the Most High? To do this work. Preach the gospel, man. Compel Israel to come in. Seal the elect. That's what we're supposed to be doing. All that flesh, trying to satisfy the flesh. The Lord said you got to put that shit off and become a new creature, man. You got to put off the spirit of the world, man. You're supposed to be renewed in the mind, transformed, man. Romans 12:1, present your body as a living sacrifice. So you're supposed to have a new mindset, man, not the spirit of the world. The Lord's not down with the world and their antics, man, their shenanigans. Look what the world promotes, man. All the wicked philosophies and wine that the world promotes. It's strictly against the scriptures, man. It's abominations, man. It's a long list of things. So the Lord's not down with that. The Lord said, if you're a friend of the world, you're an enemy. It says, for the time past of our life must suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles when we walked in lasciviousness, lusts, excess of wine, revelings, banqueting, and abominable idolatries. So when you was in the world, you was doing all that shit, man. When you come into this truth, you're supposed to put that spirit off. It's not about being in a party type mode and, going to house of feasting. The Lord said fools go into the house of feasting, as I quoted earlier. To walk in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, revelings, banqueting. Revelings is talking about partying, man. That's why they call it party and bullshit. Banquetings and abominable idolatries. It says, wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you. So now that you've come out of that spirit, people are gonna talk shit about you, man. Or you don't want to party. You're not part of the in crowd. You're boring and all that. So be it, man. Because those people are gonna get put to death. They're part of those people are the walking dead, man. The congregation of the dead are going to be put to death, man, in these last days. So you don't want to be in partakers of that. That's the 2/3 club. You want to go and party with the 2/3 club, you're going to end up dying with them niggas, man. It says, who shall give account to him that is ready to judge the quick and the dead? So let me jump down. For this cause was the gospel preached also to them that are dead, that they might be judged according to the men in the flesh, but living according to the power in the spirit. But the end of all things is at hand. Yeah, we're at the end of this kingdom. So what spirit are you supposed to be in, man? Are you supposed to be in a party mindset? But this is the end of all things. It says, be ye therefore sober and watch and pray. Yeah, unto prayer, Salakia. Yeah, you're supposed to be in a spirit of watching, man, and praying, because the all hell's about to break loose. And when the Lord closes the doors of mercy, those doors of judgment is going to be kicked wide open, and a lot of people are going to get put out their misery, man. The slain of the Lord is going to be many, and in many different forms of death, man. So the Lord's not playing. Pestilence, famine, animal attacks, all kinds of stuff is going to be happening out here. The economic collapse, people starving to death. So why would you want to be in a party type spirit when all hell is about to break loose? The Lord said, but this is the end of all things. The end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer, because we don't want to get caught up in those set perils, man. We want to be delivered. That's why you've been given the foreknowledge to prophesy. So in turn, Abarazah, you be delivered in the end from all the destruction, man. Because you labored and you did what the Lord told you to do. So we're not supposed to be here to party and bullshit, man. You got the wrong mindset. And that's why the Lord's going to disband and do away with these alphabet camps, man. IUCPK, the UPK, whatever you want to call them. And especially the IUIC. The Lord's going to do away with these camps because they got the wrong mindset. They're not in it. They're not in this truth to serve Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. They're here to serve their own belly, And they think that they can mix and mingle the world with his truth, which is leaven. Let me jump down. Yeah, okay. Verse 12. Beloved, think not it strange concerning the fiery trial. So you're going to catch hell in this truth. So we're in the spirit of having fun. Now you might have a drink here and two there, on your off day, so to speak, when you're chilling at home, relaxing, whatever, in front of the TV or whatever. You might have a cold beer or something like that, just to ease your mind, so to speak. Just to do little things. But we ain't out here trying to go to parties and bars and, strip clubs and all that type of spirit. We ain't out here for that party spirit, man. See, we're just not here for that shit. We're here to suffer until the Lord comes to deliver us, man. That's basically it. It might be boring to you, but that's what we have to do. The Lord told us that in Sirach, the 2nd chapter, man. Be mindful of these things when the Lord shall change you to a lower state. You're always going to be in a lower state in this truth. You have to get used to that. Catching hell. The fiery trial to try you, man. See if you're worthy of the love of and the mercies of the Lord, the deliverance, man. That's what it's about. That's the path of the chosen, to suffer, man. But at the end, you're going to receive your reward, which is the kingdom. It says, beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. Yeah, because when you was of the world, you was out there partying, especially on the weekends. But when you come into this truth, you have to put all that off. You have to have a total transformation, a new mindset, As I quoted Romans the 12th chapter, man. So you're not in that spirit no more. When everyone else is out there partying, you're home studying, man. Or you're meditating on the scriptures, you're meditating on the destruction coming, man. Or you're talking to brothers about, scriptural things, prophecy, the latest news and stuff like that. You're not talking about, bullshit of the world, You have a total different mind transformation, man. That's how you're supposed to be in all holy conversations, because we're in the last days and shit's about to hit the fan. And if you know better, you do better, So this is, you shouldn't be, like something strange has happened to you, man, when you're catching hell, or you're just always feel low and all that, or you just like, things are always on top for you. This is part of the, the walk, the straight gate, being in a position of difficulty. And certain men are coming to find out that they're not really about that life, so to speak. They're really feigning the word. So that's why they're trying to mix and mingle the truth with the world, man. Because they're not really about the sufferings like the Lord suffered. So, but rejoice in as much as ye are partakers of Yahweh's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, you may be glad also with exceeding joy. Yeah, so when the Lord comes back, he's going to wipe away all tears, and that's when we're going to receive our rest, man. That's when we're going to receive the kingdom, where you can be in the spirit of, not partying and bullshitting, but rejoicing, being around brethren and, drinking, that good yayan, like Yahweh Shai said, when he's going to drink it newly with us in the kingdom. That's when we're going to be in that, we can banquet, so to speak, have gatherings and all of that. But right now, we're not here for all of that, man. This ain't the kingdom. This is the kingdom of hell. This ain't the kingdom of heaven, if you haven't noticed. So, but if you are reproached for the name of a Mashiach, happy are ye, for the spirit of the glory of the Most High resteth upon you, and their part he is evil spoken of, but on you part he is glorified. Yes, because the world hates our Lord. But in the eyes of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, we're one of the, we're glorified, man. We're one of the top men in the heavens, man. Abba Ratazar, we be part of the Lord's hopeful elect. But to the world, we're this, we're the off-scouring, so to speak. But fuck the world, man. We don't want to be partakers of this world, because this world promotes wickedness. There's nothing righteous about this world. That's why it's getting ready to be judged and destroyed. It's Romans 8:17 or 6:18. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. Yeah. Because when the kingdom comes, we won't be made joint heirs, like it says in the 17th verse, with Yahweh Shai, and we're going to receive the blessings then, our reward then. And the perks of the kingdom, we're going to have all the women that we want, clean women, the virgins, that's not been touched, we're going to have crowns, incorruptible crowns, we're going to have immortality, spiritual power, and we're going to be ruling over our oppressors. Then we can really rejoice, man. Then we can have banquets, man, and all that stuff, man. But right now we can't do that. We're in the pit of hell. We're in slavery, man. We're in servitude, captivity. So we're in that spirit. So this is the last precept I'm going to read and close out. It's Jude 1, points in 19. Verse 17, right? It says, but beloved, remember ye the words which were spoken before of the apostles of our Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach, how that they told you there should be mockers in the last time, who should walk after their own ungodly lusts. These be they who separate themselves, sensual, having not the spirit. So these guys that want to push, we should start smoking. There's nothing wrong with smoking weed. Reprobate spirits, man. Giving heed to seducing spirits. Or now, we should be able to party and enjoy as well as teach this truth. Those are following their own godly lusts, man. And the Lord says going to be mockers in these last days. That's why these groups are being revealed, the spotlights on the IUIC and the ICPK especially, because these camps they're wayward, man. They're not right, man. Their leaders are not right. So in turn, their followers, their congregation, they're zombified, man. They're in a zombified state. So they're not right, man. They're not in the right spirit. So as the Lord says, sensual, having not the spirit, man. You know, you're supposed to separate yourself from these guys. Don't be partakers in the evils that they're trying to promote, man. Because these guys are gone, man. And if they carry on, the Lord's just going to hit them with all kinds of hell and nuclear fire. You know, because they're not doing the bidding of the true bidding of the Lord, which is to warn the elect. You know, the set perils, man. They're in the wrong spirit. You know, it says, but these be they who separate themselves, sensual, having not the spirit. So, you know, this was just a quick one anyway, man. I should have read from verse 16. Or even 15. But, you know, hopefully brothers get the point spiritually, man. Brothers is edified, you know. So, with that, when they close out, give all praises and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rekachodash, and Shalom to the hopeful and sincere elect, man. Shalom.